Yes, I'll have a chocolate ice cream cone, please. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Frühling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just sitting out here in front of our donut sale point, having an ice cream cone. We also have a nice selection of chips over here. Looks very good indeed. I got my 7R over here ready to pick rocks. But what I think I'm going to do is run this off on a worker, and I'm going to go start seeding field 12 with canola, and we'll bring the seeder down here and do barley down here. And I think also today's episode I'm going to go ahead and buy the slurry spreader we want and then the manure spreader and get that out of the way, because it looks like I got a lot of money, but I don't. Time I purchase those, I'm going to be down quite a bit. So let's get this unfolded. I'm gonna get it started here a little bit. There should be plenty of room for the worker to run it here. I'm gonna see how he handles turning around before we leave him be. Might be a little iffy on the other side down there when we get by those trees, but I guess if he reverses correctly, it should be fine. Okay. Oh, look at that. Yeah, he's not even gonna run over the neighbor's crop either. But how far is he gonna back up? Because sometimes you gotta wonder if these guys are gonna bleed you dry of your money too by doing this. Well, now he decided to run it over, I guess. I guess he's gonna make sure he's square. Okay, I'm gonna leave him to it, I think. And we'll run our Vultra, I think. And I'm gonna grab the seeder, which is probably gonna need seed too, maybe, I don't know. I guess I haven't used the Fent in a while either. If we're not gonna use it, we should probably get rid of it, but... Oop. Easy does it. Easy does it. Oh, we got plenty of seed. Okay. I'm gonna, for good measure, get that weight on the front too. Although that tractor is a little in the way. Can we just kick it over a little bit with the front tire? Just a bit. I don't think that's gonna happen. Alright, we'll move the fence. Nice and clean though, looks really good. Okay. Yeah, we bought this weight, we might as well use it, right? Oops. You gotta be really square with that weight. Yeah, so after we get the slurry and the manure spreader, I think the next thing I would like to upgrade would probably be a bigger cultivator. And then not far behind that will be I think a bigger seeder. This is a nice seeder though, I mean it does the job pretty well for us. So I can't complain about that. Okay, this was supposed to be canola. Alright. This will be our cash crop for this year. Alrighty. Double check our map, make sure we're seeding. Looks good. We will have to roll this too today. I think it's a lot nicer without these trees here. I don't have to worry about hitting them. In the last episode, if you missed it, we went ahead and grabbed the chainsaw and cut those trees down because I was getting sick of hitting them all the time. The rock picker, although I didn't have to picked this field last time because we cultivated and it was fine. The tires on that rock picker tend to stick out a little farther, and we usually catch some things. I knocked I don't know how many street signs down, so I'm sure the township's not very happy with me. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and crack on here, and after I finish this, we'll go to the field 8 and we'll hit that one as well with barley. Alright, so small change of plans. After doing that, I realized how long it's going to take for me to do it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run over, and this is why we kept the fent. I'm going to put a worker on the fent, and he can use the seeder. And I'll get him started on the big field. I'll give him the weight. Well, do I need the weight? Pop it off here. And then we'll just get this out of the way right now. Because this way I'll be able to get him on the seeding of the field 8. We're going to put barley on there. I'm going to make sure I change that. And then I can go ahead and start rolling. And also go over and buy the slurry tank and the manure spreader. Something we've been wanting to do for quite a few episodes, but now we're going to finally get to it. Looks like the rock picker's still going. He's probably, what, almost half? It's taken him a little while to get at it, but he's getting there. I wonder if we missed some spots too. That's not good. I think I'm going to hold off then on starting this for now. Till he gets most of that field done and we can get these rocks picked up. But what I will do is come back up here and we're going to grab the roller. Pretty decent sized roller. It doesn't take us too long to get a field done. Got her nicely tucked away in the corner here. Let's see if we can get it without banging everything else up. Nice and easy. Alright. It's pretty tight. Pretty tight. And actually this roller does require a lot of horsepower. We would be better off using the 7R on it, but I think I used it last time. So I know it's doable, it's just, it's probably not quite enough power. But this way this will be done and then we can go ahead and get this fertilized. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of power. It needs a lot of power, I mean. We don't want to forget to roll, since we've forgotten to roll how many times in this series already. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this rolled. And then I'll pop back down to field 8 and see how the rock picker's doing. Okay, looking good. Let's just go ahead and check our field. Looks good, growing. And we do need to spread some fertilizer on it. Let's go ahead and fold this up and bring it down to field 8. We'll see how the workers are doing. Still got quite a ways to go. I think we'll just leave him to it. I'm going to drop this down here. And I'm going to do some shopping. We're going to get our slurry tank and our manure spreader we've been waiting forever to get. Eventually I'd like to upgrade that rock picker. Speaking of which, let me check and see how full he's getting. Oh, he's got plenty left. Alright, just double checking. And I can keep adding those to our rock pile, and we can get a little bit of money for those rocks. It ain't gonna be great, but it'll be nice. Okay, shopping time. Let's see here. There is nothing in the sales as far as slurry and... Although this is technically slurry, but you need the other vehicle for it. Which maybe I should consider that. That's got a 5 to 10 meter spread. But how much is the truck for that? 153,000 for that truck. That's going to be more than the other equipment. And not to mention these other ones will be able to hold more. And yeah. So we're gonna stick to the original plan here. So I was going to get this manure spreader just because the working width on it. Yeah, it'd be nice if it held more, but I think it's good for us to get started with. I am going to turn on the spreader system to go from 8 meters to 15. And that's a simple adding the thrower on the back, I guess if we want to call it the thrower. I think I'm going to do BKT. Alright, that looks good. So this is 38,500. Purchase that. And then we got 98,000 left. I'm going to get the slurry tank. Slurry tank. We're going to go with the Farm Tech one here. That does 15 meters. It only holds 8.2, but what I think I will do is maybe buy one of these bulk tanks, if you will, and we could fill those up, bring them right down to the field, and we don't have to go back and forth so many times. Even one of these bigger ones, depending on what we want to do. And then I don't know how much bigger we're going to go in this series, but you can only go so big. Alright, not much customization on this one. We got tires, that's basically it. And I'm going to go with, I think, Michelin on this one. Okay, buy. That's another 22,500. Done. So we're down to 75,000 after that. But we still got to sell our old slurry tank. I probably won't get a whole lot for it, but every little bit helps. So I'm going to go ahead and take these up to the farm and add them to the collection. Yes, I think this tank's gonna make all the difference for us. I can already feel how much bigger it is. We did have that nice small one there, that, what is it? The PN20. It's a peon is what it is. I'm gonna set this right here for now. And we'll grab our slurry tank. And we'll run this down to the shop. See what we can get out of it. It has done us well though. We fertilized a few fields. Oh, there's a little bit left in it. I think I'm gonna open her up out here on the field. That's another thing too. We are gonna need the 7R to do this so we get the crop sensors. This one doesn't have the crop sensors, so I kind of gotta wait for that rock picker to finish. But regardless, I'm gonna turn this on and empty it out. It's only 6% here. Alright, that didn't take long. Let's see what we're gonna get for this thing. A little rough shape, but 1800 right now. We can repaint it for 690. 26. Alright, sell. Yes. Good to see that go. Alright. Our new manure spreader. We haven't even spreaded manure yet on this level, but I mean, this is a decent size. I don't know if I'd really want to go any much bigger on this map. Let's see. There's what, a quarter of that field left. I think I might just finish that up for him. I better turn my flashers on. We'll just shut the tractor off here and yeah, we're out of the road. I'm gonna get this picked up quick and then we can start the worker. Well, now it says we got great demand at the donut sales. I thought that was next month. Holy moly! 16,000? Wow! And the top is 12? Oh man. We might have to... How many do I have over here? I got 2 pallets. Oh man. I think I'm gonna sell these 2. I mean, there's more to be produced and we could do them later on, but I want to make sure I get that top price. We're here. Just gonna split these. And we'll get these picked up and we'll just keep an eye on it. And if we can sell more, we'll sell more. If not, we need to capitalize on that price though. That's crazy. That's insane. I guess it's the beginning of summer. Everybody wants to get out, so they're stopping at the shop. Look at this. 32,000 for 2 pallets. That's insane. Okay. We'll just put this over here for now. Okay. Alright. Like I was saying, I think I'm going to go ahead and take over for that rock picker a little bit. I'm going to get these... This side was clean. See if there's any spots they missed with rocks. There's just a couple down here. Suppose it wasn't a real big deal. But we'll get these picked up and then I can start the worker on seeding this field. So we can get planting and then get it rolled. Okay. So let's make sure we're doing barley. Yes, barley and 8. That's what we got. So let's go ahead. And we'll get this worker off. Alright. Looking good. And I'll finish up the rock picking. And we'll see you in a few. Okay, let's add it to the collection here. Could probably go in the corner a little bit more on the next load. I'm gonna get this washed up. It is pretty dirty. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Best just to do it as we go here. Ah, that looks so much better. The Rock King. Now when we go to sell this someday, because I do want to upgrade this rock picker at some point, but that's for another day. I did get a warning message that my worker's blocked by an object, so I think he got close to my Vultra. So let's head on down and find out. Yes. Yes, he is. Okay, we'll get you. We'll get out of the way. Okay. I'm gonna unhook this here. I don't want to start a worker off yet on the roller. But we'll get it hooked up. So it's ready to go. Looks like he's coming along pretty well there, that seating. For a small seeder, but he's making good progress. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use the 7R here to start. Should I spread manure or slurry first? Since we haven't done manure in this series yet, I think I'm gonna do manure first. Just gonna go ahead here and get the slurry tank put in its proper spot. That should do us well. Okay, we'll get to fill the manure spreader up here for the first time in the series. See what this is all about. Okay, we'll do it the easy way, right? Refill. Okay, we got 9,000 liters there. And there's still 34,000 left in the pit. So we can get quite a few here, especially with our... I suppose we can't change the spread. It's always 15. So I want to make sure the crop sensor is on. Okay, that's on. On-fold manure spreader. Here we go. And I gotta see how wide we're gonna go here. Sure, we got our map. Now this will be interesting to see if it'll be a nice dark green instead of yellow that it was kind of giving us without the crop sensor. Alright, here we go. Okay, so it's only orange. That's interesting. Okay, stop that. Okay, let's check this out. So it still says nitrogen's bad. Am I looking at the right spot? 93, 101 expected yield as soon as you hit that. What does the map say? Yeah, our nitrogen is still down. But is that the correct what we need for canola? Do we have to do another session? And I can't do double application when we have precision farming on. So I don't know, this is a little puzzling. So the crop sensor didn't make too much of a difference. Well, that was interesting to know. Applying the amount of manure depending on soil yield potential loam. Crop sensors are on. Would it do better after I let the crops grow? Oh, see, that's interesting. I just went over that little spot that we slurried, and now it's green. Right here. So the fact that there's no double application for it, but we were able to do it twice. It won't let me do it again with manure though, will it? I have to use slurry. Well, that is kind of weird. I'm gonna try one more thing while we're experimenting on this field. I'm gonna grab the fertilizer spreader with hard fertilizer. Oh, I got some lime in here I'm gonna have to empty out. But we'll see if this goes green. And if it does, which I kind of assume that it will. Let me get these out of the way, otherwise it's gonna... Okay, that was only... Oh, there's another pallet here. Oops. There. Get these refilled. I have a feeling it's gonna be green. I really do. I'll also go over a little bit so we're kind of overlapping on what we just spread down so we can kind of experiment here. Okay. Alright, turning it on. Yeah, it's green. So this is interesting. When I use manure, we don't get a good spread. When we use fertilizer, we get green. So we either got to do 2 runs. Oh, that makes it confusing. Well, if that's the case, I don't know if it really pays to spread manure. Although we're saving money not buying fertilizer, but if you gotta, I guess we're trading time for money. I guess I'll just run this out. We're kind of gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do here. And I think what we can do is if I spread this and then slurry behind it, and we get our double. But at that point I could take this over to... Do I gotta own the biogas plant? We can make money off it by selling it. Well, it says you can sell at the biogas plant for $101. 101.8 is the top. Slurry, 97, 108 is the top. So I mean it's extra money if we do that. I'm gonna go grab the slurry tank and fill it up and hit this field once. Now, is it going to let us run slurry? It is, and I guess it's not totally green, but it's greener. Let's double check here what it says. So it basically says perfect with the fertilizer spreader. Yeah, and it's just okay with two applications. It's not like perfect. It just says good. So I mean our yield 185, 170, 160, 200, like it, if we can use the fertilizer, the hard fertilizer, that's the way to go, I think. That's a shame. Okay, I'm gonna have to take time and think about that. If this is something we wanna just do here or there on a few fields, or... Yeah, so here, I mean, it ain't getting it all completely green, but I think that was because I already had 2 applications of slurry and manure. So this is real interesting. I mean, kind of got to figure out what we're going to do. It definitely takes less time with this because we can just go quickly. I almost think we're better off just paying for fertilizer and then selling the manure to the biogas plant. Something to think about. Oh, that's interesting down here. It's not, we're not getting the full coverage. What is this guy doing? Will you just forget a little bit? Let me check the... Let's try this real quick. Yeah, so it's basically our soil type. And it turns really green up here, so... We got perfect here. It still says perfect though for the soil type. Even though it looks different on the map. Yeah, there's a lot to think about with this. Well, I'll just finish up with this. I suppose we might get like a better environmental score if we use manure and slurry. Would that be the case? I don't know. I guess we're not gonna read into it too much. It is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna start that roller off on a worker. Okay. He's missing a little bit, but I'm not gonna get too angry about it. Oh, go ahead. Don't let me stop you. Hooey! That's a pretty dusty. Okay. Let's get this back up to the farm. Okay. Just shut that off there. Let's grab the fence. I'm gonna quickly get her sprayed off here a little bit so it looks decent. It still needs to last us for a little while before we can get her replaced, but this is on the agenda to get replaced. And then, okay, last little bit here. And we are good there. Yeah, I think this roller would work a lot better with the 7R. So this should all be nice. Now it says our pH value is bad, when it said it was decent before. I don't know, can I pH after I plant and roll? I typically think we have to cultivate that into the soil, don't we? They're sprayed off here too while we're coming this way. I'm gonna put this in the other shed. It folds up pretty nicely. I don't think we need it in the big shed. It's thin enough to get through that tight turn over there, or that tight corner, I should say. Let's hit our Vultra tractor too quick. Yeah, it definitely is a little challenging for this Vultra. Yeah, this is a good spot for this, I think. Save that big shed for bigger equipment. Okay. One last experiment. So that's all this seems to be, is experiment after experiment on this episode. But that's how we figure things out, right? Okay, let's see what happens. It does work. Okay, let's get as much here as we can. Yeah, before we planted it, like planting made a difference where it all of a sudden needed lime. I'm gonna go fill up at our fill station down here, and we'll come back for another pass. Okay. Done. Now let's look at it. Perfect and perfect and perfect. Took so much to get to this point, but we are here. So I'm gonna leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. Get out of there, birds. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and on the next episode we'll probably go ahead and harvest this soybean field over here. Get that going, get it in the silo. I think we gotta sell it in a couple months. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.